Session 6. You have made it. So, session 6 is not necessarily the end, it's a thread in the entire practice. So, my intention with this series is that you just keep going back, and through, revisiting and practicing, and, let go of the idea of getting somewhere and just drop into the practice of it all. The title of the session is Ananda, Bliss of the Blissful. Deepak Chopra says, living in union with your higher self. Living in union with your higher self. That's yoga's union. Living in union with your higher self. So as you start to break free a little bit through awareness of the ego, you break free from the ego, the little box that it puts you in, you will find, because you witness and you're aware, that you're no longer trapped in this place of definitions, stereotypes, or whatever it is. Nothing, like, you're not defined anymore by the things that might try to hold you back into practice, and in order to live in union with yourself, with your higher self, with your heart, with the collective consciousness, the higher collective consciousness. And we're gonna just get right into meditation. And we're gonna use our creativity. That is our 6th and 7th chakra. I mean, it's all the chakras, but we're really going to bring it up and out and expand here. Because why not? So find your seat. Find your seat. I'm going to make my seat out of these books. These books, if you need to pause it because it really works for you to set your space, then do it. Set your space. Set yourself up for success. The least amount of distractions, getting into that flow of reminding your body, your mind, everything that this is about to happen, right? I've set myself up because I'm about to do this. So that way it starts to click. You create those new neurological pathways through practice, through setting up. So you are setting yourself up for success. So yes, do what you need to do for sure. And then come back. And when you're ready to come back, go ahead and close your eyes. Take some deep breaths so that way you can just connect with your breath. Sometimes I feel like I'm out of breath when I go and I close my eyes. I feel like I'm out of breath, like especially when I'm teaching, because I'm like thinking and teaching, and so then when I go to bring it all in, I'm like, I need to take a couple really deep breaths, and then I can settle in back to my belly breath. Find your posture nice and upright, hands are relaxed in your lap. Closing your eyes gently. Practice that a couple times. Open. Soften your gaze. So instead of having this hard, clear gaze, soften it. And then slowly let your eyes drop together. Tongue is relaxed in your mouth. It's not pushing up against the roof of your mouth. Your jaw is relaxed. That reach up through the top of the head, lift out of the hips so you feel those muscles in your back working to support you. Your heart is open. Heart is open. Chest, heart center, right there in the center of your chest. And then breathing, connect with it. Where does it begin? How far can you follow it? Coming home to yourself. Coming home. Remember, the belly fills on the inhale and empties on the exhale. Work your way into the breath, right? Just start to feel comfortable here, and you're aware of where your thoughts are right now. It's okay. Be gentle with yourself. Gentle, gentle. And if you find you're very distracted by what's happening in your body and mind, then write some stuff down. Go back to that little yoga practice, or kind of jump up and down a few times, walk around the block, then come back and sit. It's okay to work out that energy. I think it's perfect, actually. But don't procrastinate. Let that be part of your practice, part of reeling it in. Pause this, get it out, write it down, and then sit back and breathe. Or be with what's happening. You know, if you feel that tension, like you find yourself trying, relax and kind of lighten up. If you have really deep stuff going on too, you know, meditation is not a cure. It's complementary to whatever you're doing. So, you know, if you have a lot of stuff going on, not feel free. It's important that you seek the right place to go, the right help. If you need a therapist or a counselor, you know, or a doctor, or whatever. Do this in conjunction with that. There is no pride here, you know, no shame. This is holistic living. That is holistic living at its finest. Is, you know, taking care of yourself and not being too prideful to get the help that you need. And then watch it unfold. Follow. Get in touch with your heart over and over and over again. Really listen to it. And maintain your practices, your other practices, your meditation, your yoga, your painting, your journaling, your reading, and all of that goes together as part of a real healing model. Okay, so I just want to, I want you to know that. It's really important to take care of your heart on every level, and your mind, and your soul. So here we are meditating. All that stuff is now in alignment. Fast forward to when all that stuff is in alignment. We're doing what we can to be aware of it and witness. Breathing in and out through the nose. Inhaling for 4. When you get to that point that you can suspend the breath and hang out there, then do that. Hold it for as long as you can comfortably. Usually it feels really, really good when you start to settle in. And then when you're ready to exhale, nice, slow and controlled, slow and controlled, slow and controlled, all the way down. If you can double it out to an 8 count, great. If not, you do what you can. Inhaling for 4 or 6. It's not a competition. These are just suggestions. So 2, 4, 6, whatever. Maybe 8 if you have some nice lung capacity there and there's no tension or strain whatsoever. And then exhaling, you try to double that, but you do what you can. And in between that, on the inhale, hold the breath for as long as you can comfortably. When you're done exhaling, you hold it out maybe for 1 second, 2 seconds. No strain, no tension. Okay? And it's going to be different every time you show up. So start with 4, count of 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, holding. Exhale when you're ready. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Continue. Find yourself. Settle into that first layer. Make that noise if you want. We can also create a neurological response, a chemical reaction, just by placing a hand right at the center of your chest. It's a technique to get in touch with your heart-mind connection. Slows the breath. It's a beautiful connection. If you find yourself crying in meditation, tears are flowing, it's okay. Just let it flow. You don't even have to wipe them. I suggest not wiping them. And they can come from an array of things, feelings and sensations and unknowns. We release when we allow relaxation to take hold. We don't even need to know what we're releasing. Make space for healing. Breathe. Imagining. And just allow your imagination to unfold naturally, however it does. No, do not judge one thing about it, even if it is the weirdest thing on earth. Who cares? Or it seems wrong, or anything like that. Just let that be. Imagine you are in what you consider to be the most beautiful seat in the forest. The most beautiful seat in the forest. You allow your imagination to slowly unfold what that looks like from the ground up. What does it look like when you look down? When you look around, you look slow. Allow your imagination to unfold. Allow and breathe. You're anchored by your breath. Look up. And what are you sitting on? Can you make it more the most comfortable seat in this gorgeous spot in the forest? You notice the colors around you, however your imagination decides to unfold those colors. The trees, nature, the birds, the sounds. Let's take a couple minutes here and just let that expand out. See what you can bring in through sensing, feeling, visualizing, whatever is natural for you. So maybe visually, maybe feeling wise, maybe sensing, maybe the combination. And if you end up somewhere completely different, that's okay. All right, let it unfold and breathe and stay anchored to your breath. The sensations in your body, we witness the whole thing. Focal point, inner focal point, third eye and heart. Third eye and heart. You're looking there simultaneously. Nice posture, reaching up through the spine, the hips, the breath. Settling into another layer, settling down, getting into the flow. The forest unfolds. Can you allow your seat in the forest to be so supportive that it's almost like you're just floating there in this perfect meditation posture, supported everywhere, even your little pinky finger, your little finger on both sides supported, pinky toes. Allowing ourselves to absorb the healing power of nature. We notice that there's room, there's space around us to create a sacred space here in the middle of this gorgeous piece of forest. And how does that unfold for you? Do tables appear, or a rock, or what does a sacred space mean to you? An altar, trees, stumps, maybe just the ground. And imagine either in your meditation that you're getting up to create, or you're just experiencing it happening. And what items do you want there? In this beautiful, supportive piece of forest, healing and creating your sacred space as an offering to the forest, to the universe, to your healing intentions. How does that unfold? What do you want to bring in? What is a reflection of love manifested in this space? Continue to breathe, posture. Focus on the imagery, and the creative nature, and the unfolding. How do you feel? Connect deeper to your heart, that expansive heart. Allow the expansiveness of your heart right from the center of your chest to expand out over your whole body, and beyond your body and into this sacred space, in this beautiful place in the forest, this healing place. Take the next minute or two and let yourself set up this sacred space all around you, above you, below you. All the details. Don't get caught up. Just let them be what they are. Anything that you can imagine. There's no limits here. There's no budget. There's no limits. There's just this unfolding, this expansiveness from our hearts. From your heart. Breathing and allowing. Take as much time as you need to. When you're ready, you come back to, if you have left your seat in your imagination, you come back to that fully supported seat. From the center of your chest, connecting with your third eye, silently, maybe aloud, do what feels right. Make the sound of Om, so you let it vibrate and echo through you, around you. This beautiful place, sacred space in the forest. The sound of Om vibrates through the air. From the heart, through you, around you, into your space. You continue to repeat the sound. Om. Om. You extend it out for as long as you can. You get into a flow of the sound of Om with your breath. You become so aware that you can see the ripples from this vibration. Bring into your awareness in this practice of repeating Om. Bring into your awareness a picture of yourself in your sacred space, whatever age unfolds for you. Could be now, could be when you were younger, might be when you're older. But there is this amazing picture of you, of yourself, of you, right there, beautifully framed. Again, let that unfold. Maybe there's candles around it, or incense, or feather, or crystals. You are aware of what age you are. Maybe it changes. It can be fluid. Anything is possible here. Continue to Om, feeling that expansiveness from your heart, that sacred space of loving awareness through the sound of Om. Allow yourself to bathe in it and heal, and then expand. If you can, imagine yourself in that picture, going through all of your ages, from birth to now, and even into the future, for as far as you can see. Kind of flip through, it flips through like a book. And that radiation of love, radiate love toward yourself. Om, through the sound of Om, it ripples. Every time the picture changes. Even if you don't know what you looked like or what you will look like, imagine. And love it. Love it. Witness what happens, what comes up for you in the experience of loving it. And embrace everything that rises up and that falls. Keep breathing. That's all you have to do, is just breathe and love yourself through the sound of Om, those rippling effects. imagine. Begin to imagine those ripples coming back to you. The love that you're sending out is coming back. And you're in this infinite flow of loving awareness through the sound of Om. Breathing, imagining, stay with it, witness. If you get far away from it, come back with your breath. Come back to the Om, the sacred space in the forest, rippling effect of love to all phases of your life, reverberating back to you in your perfectly comfortable, supported chair. Seat. You breathe and flow and allow through Om, through the sound of Om, through the sound of Om. You would decide here and now if you want to add pictures of people that you love, and do the same. Imagine them through all of their ages, whether you know what they look like or not, from birth until as far as you can imagine into the future. Even maybe to their time of death and beyond. And love through the sound of Om, loving awareness. You can spend time here. And then eventually remember that exchange, because we inter-are with each other. We're all connected. Only if that feels natural to you do you add pictures of loved ones and yourself, so you have this whole orchestration going of the picture, the loving awareness of the reverberation of Om sending out, it reverberates back to you, this exchange, healing, beautiful. It's letting go into the moment of creativity, loving awareness, and this beautiful world that you've created. And only if it feels natural, you can invite pictures or a picture and start gently, someone that you might have a little tension with, okay? And the same thing, loving awareness flowing from the sound of Om, and it really witnessing the sensation and the feeling, imagining that person through the ages. They were children, they were babies, pure and innocent just like you, like your loved ones. Meeting as souls, right? We can be soft here. Breathing the sound of Om, that loving awareness, the sacred, beautiful space, healing space in the forest. Allow this to unfold naturally. So if there's more pictures that up here, loved ones, of those that you might be struggling with right now. Whatever it is, just keep breathing, loving yourself in that soulful, loving awareness place, okay, where you are all things. It reverberates out, and then, like the infinite energy that we are, flows back, and we drop into this flow of giving and receiving of love. Giving and receiving of love. We'll hang out here for a few more minutes, maybe 1 or 2 more minutes, okay? Breathing. The sound of Om. Creative, loving awareness. Seat, through our breath, we release, either in our mind's eye or in your physical seat. You can bring your hands to heart center. Gratitude, deep gratitude, breathing. And we allow this beautiful place, all this healing energy, the love, loving awareness to dissolve into a room in our hearts. Receiving, giving and receiving, loving awareness. Gratitude for the experience. Gratitude toward yourself for showing up. And become aware of your room that you're in. Deepen your breath. Take as much time as you need before opening your eyes. And of course, I recommend writing down your experience. Whatever you want to write down. Or doodle, whatever. There's no right or wrong, but write it down, or kind of just sit here and float in that sensation of union with your consciousness, a divine union. Did you touch a place of bliss during that meditation? Funny that I don't know who's doing this meditation right now, but there was a very just deep sensation of connection there. So I'm really interested in hearing your thoughts on that experience each and every time you practice it. I'm going to leave you to be in your own practice. And remember the thread. Just because this is the last session, go back to session 1. Beginner's mind. You are amazing. I'm grateful. So grateful. Namaste.